What's up guys, and welcome back to the 80s Metalheads channel. On today's episode we have a very special guest, Lorraine Lewis of Femme Fatale. We talk about Lorraine's journey with Femme Fatale, stories from the 80s and the Sunset Strip days, and her upcoming Australian tour. We also dive into her recent singles from last year and her upcoming singles this year. What's next for Lorraine Lewis and Femme Fatale, some great touring stories, fan questions, and a whole lot more. Huge thanks to Lorraine for coming onto the show. It was an awesome conversation and a really fun interview. Guys, please make sure to follow Lorraine Lewis's socials. They will be in the description below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast and channel if you're new here. And as always, let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me interview next time. Enjoy the interview, guys.
Australia.
Yeah, hello. But glad to have you on. Thank you so much for coming on. I mean, we've had the Trickster guys. I'm looking to get Stevie on, but we've got you now. It's your time. How do you feel about coming to Australia for the first time?
So fucking excited. Honestly, I've never been. So I'm just honored to be with the boys. You know, I love those guys. We all go way, way back. So I'm really excited to be touring with them and get on a plane with them. And I'm going to smoke them because I'm opening up the shows. Femme Fatale is opening up the shows. And so my goal is to just kick their asses.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Like I said, it's the first time you come down here. A lot of Aussie fans are excited. I mean, you've got your own VIP now. You weren't originally having one, but they had the demand, and now you've got your own VIP, which is awesome.
Yes, so I get to meet people and flirt with people. I'm very excited about that. So
I'm sure a lot of the boys will be. And actually, your album was number 99 on the charts here, I believe, back in 1988.
Sweet. Well, it's good to know that it was somewhere like that. Out here, I think it hit like 140 something. I don't really remember.
141.
But you know, any kind of chart that I can be on or make some noise, I'm all about it. I mean, and I love. Here we are, a gazillion years later. And I get to still be doing what I love to do, which is rocking the stage and fists in the air and just having the best time. So I feel very fortunate, very lucky. And it's never over. It's never over. It will never be over until I say it's over. And I will be dancing on tables for fucking ever. So
that's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear.
The lighting right. Does it? Is that better, or a little bit of light is good? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Okay. I mean, yeah, you've got like that driving passion for music. I've seen previous interviews. I was going to bring this up later in the show, but I'll bring it now. I mean, you've got such a huge social media presence. I mean, you're one of the icons, I would say, in the 80s female rock scene, even to now, I would say. You know, what keeps you going? Just your own passion? Just, I want to keep doing and keep going and going?
Well, look, I don't have any husbands. I mean, they're all gone. All four of them are gone. And I am on my own, and I still have a dream, right? So it's not like I don't have any children. I just, my whole existence, I believe, is to entertain and to rock the house. And I still have unfinished business. I mean, I love that I got a record deal back in the 80s. I love that I've toured. I love that I was a part of the band for many, many years. But it's not over. I mean, I still have a lot of things to prove to myself and prove to the masses. And I've got lots of new music still coming. We're dropping we have a couple singles ready to drop.
Awesome.
And, in the next few weeks, one of them is going to be really surprising to a lot of people because it's a duet with an iconic singer. And no one's really going to expect it, but it's really effing great. And we're trying to work out the details for the video right now. So I'm hoping that that's going to drop mid-March, maybe even the week that I come out to Australia, it'll drop.
Hopefully we get to see it. Hopefully we'll get to see it live. And the singles from last year also, you've worked with so many people, Steve Brown, Bumblefoot, George Lynch, and I can keep going and going. What's your expectations for this year? I know you're talking about an album release, but beyond that, what else would you like to do? Who would you like to work with?
Well, I think that my goal for the year is I really do want to get back on tour, like more of a full-time thing. So I'm kind of jonesing for that. And I honestly feel like Australia is going to be the tipping point for me because, I've got agents that are on board. I've got agents that love me, that I talk to regularly, but I still haven't landed, the kind of presence that I want yet as far as touring. So that's my big goal for 2026. Now, am I going to have a huge tour for 2026? I don't know, because they book things in advance so much. So we're looking at maybe 2027, but I'm hoping to land at least a mini tour, a short run, what have you, for 2026. But all of that for me is the number one priority is Australia. And so once Australia happens, it's like it's going to open up. I just know that because, people haven't seen me with Femme Fatale and this project yet live. I make appearances all over the place, but they haven't seen the lineup. And the lineup that I have for Australia is an Australian band. So, so it's still not a complete representation of Femme Fatale, although I know that the boys in Australia are going to totally kick ass. And so in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I go to Australia, we kick ass, and then I bring them to the States and continue touring out here with them. So that's really what I'm thinking. So I just know a bunch of doors are going to open up once everybody figures out that I came here to kick ass and to rock their faces off. So that's the goal. That's what Australia is very, very important. A very, very important part of the puzzle right now.
I would never think in a million years that you would actually come down here and play like with so many other bands, and then it just happens that you're like, oh my god, finally! Like it's so good. It's gonna be great. And you talk about your influence. You're influenced by like Foreigner and all the early guys. But what about some Aussie bands? Like what Aussie bands are you influenced by?
Oh my God, you're going to have to give me some names because I haven't done my research. Who's from Australia? I don't know.
AC/DC, Rose Tattoo, Airborne.
Okay, blonde hair is taking over. Duh. AC/DC. I mean, Back in Black is one of my favorite albums of all time. That's always one of the go-tos whenever I'm interviewed. Like if you're going to be on a stranded island, what albums are you taking? Definitely AC/DC, Back in Black. I remember going to see Poison back in the day. I had met Ricky Rocket, and he, he's still a good friend to this day. We dated back then. But I remember going to his show. I can't remember what venue, but I remember driving up and it was AC/DC Back in Black that I was playing in my car, and then went to the show, and it was an amazing show. So, yeah, AC/DC is very dear to me. Okay, so AC/DC, who else?
You got Rose Tattoo.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love them. Can I cuss on this? I don't know.
Yeah, of course. You could say whatever you want.
Anyway, yeah, Rose Tattoo, love them. I've been right in front of the stage with them when they've been on the Monsters of Rock cruise. I love them. I think they're killer. They're kick-ass. The songs are great. They're hooky. Singer's great. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I love the band for sure. Anybody else?
Well, I can tell you some like really, really underground ones that like play in local cities. Maybe Axe Attack. Have you heard of them before?
I have not, but hello to them.
Bengal Tigers.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds good. What about you? Are you in a band?
I was in a band, but I left. But I wish I was in a band again. I miss it. It was good fun. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. Working for the people, doing interviews. It's what I love, and just working on my page. It's awesome. Couldn't be happier.
Are you a singer or a guitar player?
Guitar player.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
I can't sing. I tried. I tried. I can't. People say sometimes I look like Tom Kiefer. I was like, I wish I could sing like him.
He's got an amazing voice. I saw him back in the day, and I saw him fairly recently. I did a show with him. I was on tour with the last band I was in, and we definitely did some shows with him, and he is top shelf. Like, guy can sing, play. He's a great front person. There's so many bands from my time that the stage presence and the vibe is just so cool and so rich and authentic entertainers. You know what I mean? Like, I like a band that gives it all. I love a lead singer that goes all in and it gets the crowd in the palm of their hand. I recently saw Chris Jericho and Fozzy in London. Holy cow. I had no idea how great they were. I mean, he is a performer to the max. His band is super kick-ass. The songs are super hooky. I'm a huge fan right now. I'm really a huge fan of his. As a matter of fact, I have a podcast called Dangerously Honest with Lorraine Lewis on iHeartRadio, and he's going to be a guest this weekend. So if people have questions, they should email me at dangerouslyyhonestpod That's a lot of letters in there. At gmail.com and asked a question for Chris Jericho. I can't wait to speak one-on-one with him. But went to the show in London. It was at the Electric Ballroom about a week ago. They kicked ass, had the crowd in the palm of their hand. Their Fozzy t-shirts everywhere in the audience.
Awesome.
I mean, everybody loved them. It was an amazing show.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll put the email in the description for you. So
cool.
when you do that,
Thank you.
I mean, I did see that on your story before we did the interview. I was like, that's sick. I've heard some Fozzy songs, and I know they've been down here a couple of times, but I've never been to their show because I was like 15 or 16, and it's hard to sneak into venues down here. But when they come down here next time,
you have to go.
Yeah.
Because I just had no idea. I had no idea how effing great they were going to be, and they really just brought it big time. So I highly recommend.
Well, I know PJ plays in that band. I've asked all the boys this, and I'm going to ask you as well. What is something down here you want to do in your limited time? I know you're not here for too long, but is there anything you would like to particularly do? Because I know Steve Brown and PJ, they said they want to try Vegemite, and I'll find out what Stevie wants to do. But what do you want to do?
I want to see the animals. I'm all about the koala bears and the kangaroos and all of that. So I'm really hoping that I get a chance to visit with, maybe a zoo, or just, I don't know, do they run around everywhere? Like what? I don't even know.
In like the farmlands, the kangaroos do. You could see 20s of packs of them, but the koalas, they're pretty hard to see, especially in this city. But there is a city. There is a zoo in my city, and they've got all the Australian animals like dingoes and all that. So if you get the chance to do that,
see a dingo. I mean, come on. I want to look in the eyes of a koala bear and say, "Hey, baby," and give it a little stroke on its head. But yeah, I'm all about the animals. I think that would be hella cool. But otherwise, I just know it's beautiful there. I've Googled and I can see how gorgeous it is. I love the Australian accent, so I'm excited about that. I was just in the UK. Just there. I just got back like 3 days ago, and I kind of picked up, I don't really have it right now, but I definitely am susceptible to picking up accents. So I love an Australian accent. So you never know. I'll probably come back with one as well. But again, my goal is to go kick ass, meet the fans, meet the friends of myself and Femme Fatale, and just have the best time. And yeah, give the boys a run for their money, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said before, the demand for you is definitely high. Maybe they were thinking that you would headline and Trickster would be mid-card and then Steve would open. But
well, I love being the opener, though. I really love it because it's like I just want to come out, smoke it, and set the bar way up here, right? And I've got a camera crew that's going to be following me around because I am on OnlyFans and I do OnlyFans TV. I have my OnlyFans TV station. It's, safe for work, which means no nudity. But they're going to be following me because it's always about the day in the life of me and the things that I do. And going to Australia is a really big deal for
that's
me.
awesome.
So
a bit of a
I
vlog.
can't wait.
Yeah, that's awesome. Bit of a vlog, and we hope after this tour we want you back. But you were just talking about vocalists and frontmen having that big stage presence. I've seen some videos of you, and you've got that same thing as well. Who do you inspire to be like as your younger self? Who did you inspire to be like?
Well, the crazy thing with me is that I originally was in a country band in my hometown. I sang country, Linda Ronstadt covers, in a band called West Wind, and I wore all black and a big black cowboy hat. And I did that like when I was 17, 18 years old. And then David Lee Roth and Van Halen came to town, and it was all over. I just wanted to be David Lee Roth. So I would say David Lee Roth back then was my biggest influence. But obviously, voices like Ann Wilson, who has one of the best female voices in rock, Joan Jett, Lita Ford. I mean, all of the girls of rock have inspired me. But even this last show, going and seeing Fozzy, like that inspired me. When I see somebody that is so good at their craft, if you will, it's inspirational because you know that they get it, they live it, they feel it, they're not faking it. And those are the kinds of artists that I love. Youngblood is another artist that I recently saw here in California. I'm going to see him again in May twice. Unbelievable. Killer voice, killer stage presence. I know a lot of people give him shit for like, oh, he's so phony or he's so Hollywood or whatever, but no, he's he seems really genuine to me and gives everything he's got. So I've seen clips of him from years ago. I've been following him for a long time. I think he's the real deal. I think he's saving rock and roll as far as that age group, you know. Um, Otherwise, I watch and I learn from every band that I see. There's always something you can take away from a band when you watch them. Um, but yeah, those are the big ones right now. Fozzy, I did a couple of songs with Guns to Roses, opening up Gilby Clarke in the UK. Gilby is great. I was just in the studio with him a week before we went to the UK because I have a new ballad that's going to be coming out. It's called Home is Where the Heart Lives. And Sean McNabb and Jason Sutter played rhythm on it. And we did that in Gilby's studio. So it out here in LA. Have you ever been to LA?
No, I was planning to come this year to do some work, but I don't know. I've been buying too many concert tickets. I don't know if I can come anymore.
Well, you need to come to LA for sure. I think everybody should come to LA, just like everybody should go to New York, because it's a vibe. And even though it's not like how it was back in the day in the 80s when I first moved here, it still has a vibe. And you see the iconic places like the Whiskey A Go-Go, the Rainbow. I mean, that stuff's important. It's important for rock and roll. So I don't know. I love what's going on. I feel really lucky to be signed to Cleopatra Records. We've released 2 singles so far. We're going to release a whole album by the end of the year. I'm hoping that we release the next single and video, maybe the 2nd or 3rd week of March. And then I've got more stuff coming out. I mean, I will say we have a new version of Falling In and Out of Love that was re-recorded with Steve Brown and him doing the solo work on it. And it's really, really kick-ass. Also waiting for the big one, waiting to drop that as well. I actually did a duet on that song with Leather Leone from Chastain. So it's both of our vocals, and she really brought it. Really excited for people to hear that. There's a song, a co-write with Tommy Henriksen from Alice Cooper's band, me and Tommy and Steve Brown. It's a song called Somebody. It's so hooky. It's so great. So there's so much more to come. And I'm going to be in the studio next week. I did a song with Blacklist Union singer Tony West. I don't know if you know that band, but you should definitely check it out.
I will.
Hooks for Days. They've released 6 albums independently. Really great band. And I went in the studio and did Stop Driving My Heart Around with him. And we're going back in the studio next week. We're going to be recording Jackson by Johnny Cash and June Carter. But it's really punk rock. It's like a barn burner. It's like Social D kind of. It's really hella cool. And then we have a couple other surprises. And then I'm working on a song that was written by Michael Caruso, who did some things for the Vixen band years ago. And he presented me with a song that I'm telling you, it's a Grammy-winning song. So I'm going to be laying down a vocal for that as well. So There's always stuff going on. Life is so good.
I know you're a busy woman. I've seen that. And what you've just told me, I didn't know. I knew that some singles were coming, but I didn't know. Just found out before that you were doing something with Tommy Henriksen of Alice Cooper. But the other stuff I had no idea about. And it's awesome to hear. So it sounds like you've got a pretty packed 2026.
I do. I have a packed plate for sure. I really have a lot going on. And then in addition, I've been working with a production company in the UK doing a documentary about me. I'm writing a book. I have no date that when it's going to come out. I was talking to my publishing editor, and he said, no rush. We're going to release it when we're going to release it. But that's a lot of time. I don't know if you've ever tried writing a book, but I have a lot to say, and there's a lot of stories. So that's going to take another year probably.
Okay.
But so documentary reality show called Lorraine Rocks, which is about me and my crazy life. The podcast, Dangerously Honest. I mean,
so
life,
much.
love, and rock and roll.
So much.
What can I say? I feel really lucky to be living my life. It's great. I have the best time.
And it's awesome. Like you want to achieve more. I can tell because I know some people after they do something or release an album, they're just like, all right, I've got it, I've done it, I'm gonna stop. But a lot of people like yourself just want to keep achieving, keep going for more. And I'm excited to see what happens later in the year. And hopefully the band, well, they will do well in Australia. They will. And then you'll
They're
have,
going to be great because I'm going to got the whip on him.
and then you're gonna have another big tour with them, hopefully around the States or something. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, either this, I love the States, but look, I was just in London. I'm down for London, Wales, Birmingham. Like I would love, you know, to go out there. The fans of rock music out there, they're super hungry. And I don't know, there's such a vibe. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe there's going to be a little tour in that area before coming back to the States in 2027. But look, I'm open to everything. I'm open to the wind. The universe will guide me and show me what's next. When we release this next single with this famous person, I think that that's going to open up a lot of doors as well. So the future is really bright. I feel happy, ready to go. I'm in great shape. I'm in great shape vocally. I mean, I'm just ready to throw down, and it's never over until you decide it's over. And for me, that's never, because I'm the girl that will never go away.
That's awesome. Could you give us maybe a small clue on this mystery person, or do you just want to keep it a bit silent?
I feel that if I gave you any kind of clue, you would know immediately who it is.
Okay.
They're that iconic.
Okay.
So, but I will say that the song is Heroes by David Bowie. Originally, I had recorded it with Lou Graham, and then Lou decided that they didn't want to release it because they felt that too many people had recorded it. And so we kind of just said, okay, and we might do something in the future. But then someone else stepped in, and it is so good. Like, it is so good. I just sent it to someone in the circle, and they flipped out. The record company flipped out. They love it. And so, big things, good things.
Big
and then,
things.
of course, I'm going to release those singles with Tony West as well. So there's lots of music coming, lots of writing, lots of music coming. I feel happy and ready for the world. So let's go.
Let's go. And hopefully after you release all this music, a big tour comes with you. And, you're touring with Tough and Trickster. But back in the day, you've toured with Cheap Trick. And, we were talking about, learning things from other bands. And they've got such a huge fame and success. I mean, they're legends. So what did you learn from them after touring with them after their first few shows?
I learned, well, Robin Zander taught me to not talk during the day. Back then he wouldn't talk during the day because he would save his voice. This was during the Flame tour, and he would hit those high notes every night without fail. Great, brilliant singer. So I learned not to talk during the day because, I was always the vocal piece of the band. Everybody always wanted me to do the interviews and this and that. I'm who they wanted to talk to, which I love, but it can really be fatiguing for your voice. And the most important thing as a singer for me is getting lots of rest, not partying. I might have a drink now and then when I'm on tour, but I save it for the very last day when I'm going to be, put into a seat on the airplane and shipped back home, because my goal and my job is to deliver a great kick-ass show for everybody that comes out. And I want to be on point. I want to really deliver. And that means vocally, my outfits, my vibe, everything. So I save it for later. So, I'm all about that. I want to deliver to the fans, and especially in Australia, that I've never been out there. And I know that I've been getting messages, people that have signed up for the VIP and all of that. And I'm going to have T-shirts and all this stuff. So
awesome.
It's going to be really hella cool.
I'll definitely have to buy a T-shirt. I'll definitely have to buy one. Yeah.
Oh, well,
of course. And I'm excited. I've got some stuff for you to sign. Hopefully you'll be doing signatures. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay,
I always
awesome.
do.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
To me, it's all about the people. I mean, if it just, that's all that it is. It's like I get so many messages on Instagram, and I mean, Instagram and social media, that's really my social life for the most part, honestly. Like, I feel connected to my friends and fans on socials, know them by name. I message everybody back. As soon as I can. It might take me a couple of days if I'm traveling, but I do my best to answer every message that comes in, because I know for me as a fan, when I've sent messages to rock stars or celebrities, I want an answer back.
Yeah.
I would love to hear back from certain people, and again, like with Chris Jericho from Fozzy, I had asked him to be on my 5 questions with Lorraine, and he said yes. And then we just kind of, our schedules didn't work out. And then when I saw him again in the UK, and I brought it up, and he was on board, and it's happening this weekend. So
Awesome.
I love that kind of vibe. You know, we should all be lifting each other up and helping each other. We're all creatives, yourself included. We're all artists. But we all have to lift each other up because we're all a little loony. So we gotta be good to each other. Like there's a screw loose with all of us. So we got to just be kind and loving and rock and rolling with everybody.
That's awesome. And like you said, big social media presence, and you always text back. You've texted back a couple of times when I've asked a question. You know, when let's say a young band asks you a question, what would you typically say to them, to a young band or artist that wants to inspire to get better or bigger? What would you say?
I would say it's got to be 24/7, you know, all in, all in. It's great to find love. It's great to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but it's like you have to ask yourself what's the goal? Like focus, find your target and aim at it and just go and do your best to live life, you know, have fun and live life to the fullest, but don't let anything distract you and get you off course. But here I am decades later still doing it, you know, so you can still make it happen. You know, look at Fozzy, you know, like Chris Jericho. I mean, he's in his 50s. Like it, you don't have to be in your 20s to make it big. You know, it's like there's something that comes with being on the planet for a long time and learning things. But I would say really my best advice is to stay focused, stay on course, and listen to your gut. Try not to take advice from too many other people because your life is your own experience and your journey is your own journey. If I give you advice from me, it's coming from my experience, and that's not what your experience is. So you need to just kind of sit with yourself in a quiet place, ask yourself what it is you really want, write it down, manifest that shit, and go for it, you know?
Yeah.
And don't give.
Is that the advice you got when you were young and you wanted to be an aspiring artist?
No, my advice was my mom was like, you need to choose one thing. She did say that. She's like, you know, like McDonald's. She said, McDonald's has one thing they do good. They do a hamburger. And I was like, yeah, but they have fries and they, you know. But anyway, I got the point. And she always thought that I did too many things. And here we are decades later, and I probably still do a lot of things. And she would probably say too many things. But it's how I've designed my life, and I love it. Um, I mean, I love working in television. I love rocking the stage. I love connecting with people. I love my podcast. So I think it really just comes down to listening to yourself and living your life the way that you want to live it, you know, and not live somebody else's life, like parents or, you know, your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Like you have to really dig in and live life the way that you want to live it.
Be yourself, almost.
Yeah, you got to be yourself. Be your authentic self. However weird or crazy or kooky it might seem to somebody else, just be yourself. And I think that the honesty in that just will take you where you need to go. I think I mean, a lot of people say fake it till you make it, but I don't think that they mean be fake. I think that they just mean believe in the delusion that you're going to make it happen. Because I think that in doing that, you can get there. I mean, I've seen myself on huge stages way before I played on huge stages, you know, like I would think about it. I would think about myself coming out on stage with the mic in my hand and rocking the house and screams and people throwing their fists in the air and all of that kind of stuff. I saw myself crowd surfing before, and I did that in Germany with 60,000 people. So, you know, I think it's all about the vision of what you believe and what you want to have happen that can make things happen. I believe in all that.
That's awesome, and that's some great advice. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that. I mean, I always try and get some advice from everyone. Everyone has a different opinion, but it's always like awesome to hear what people have to say, and especially, you know, you're the older artists, so it's awesome to come back to the younger ones and take that advice on board. Sometimes they don't, but I certainly do. I like taking some good advice. But yeah, you're just talking about Germany, 60,000 people. What's that like? Just in performing, walking up that ramp or stage, and then seeing a whole bunch of people screaming your name.
It's a crazy ass feeling. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's a little borderline nerve wracking. It's a little intimidating. But I'm never afraid I might be nervous, but it's a nervous energy of like, oh God, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm on this stage. You know, that was Wacken Festival in Germany, and it was packed with people. Whew. I mean, I can see the sea of people. But you know, if you've done your job, which is vocal warm-ups for me, get plenty of rest, take care of myself, make sure I know the songs inside and out. So if I've done my homework, there should be no fear factor, right? It's like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to effing nail it for these people. And that's what I did. And I'm rocking and rolling from one side of the stage to the other, you know, and that takes effort too. You know, like I typically what I do is, which I'll probably start doing in the next 2 weeks, is running, singing my set in the area. I'll be jogging or on a treadmill and I'll go through the whole set running so that I can keep up my stamina, because there's times when you're not doing that and you can go out on stage and get fatigued in 2 songs, you know, because you're like, I'm running, you know, and it's challenging. So you gotta have to pace yourself with that stuff. But yeah, if you've done your job and you've done your homework and you're rocking and ready to go and in good shape, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's a whole rush of excitement and you never want it to end. I'd say that that's the biggest thing. You once you get out there and you're owning it, you can hear the monitors and everything's great. You hear the wall of guitars. It's fucking awesome. You never want it to be over.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I'm sure you've had plenty of that, plenty of stages, plenty of crowds of people screaming name, loud music behind you. It must be an awesome feeling. And you've done it for over 40 years, I'd say.
Yeah, I've done it for a very long time. But I will say one of the biggest highs is when people know the songs and they sing them back to you or with you. That's a beautiful moment too, where they bring out the lighters and they do the thing, you know. I mean, yeah, we're going to do some of that when I head out to Australia.
Awesome. Awesome. I just hope I don't get my hair caught on fire. That's all. It's happened before, trust me. And I don't want it to happen again. Just here. It's awful.
Oh my God.
Too much hairspray.
Back in the day, Mozzie, the guitar player, we were out celebrating, and he used to wear this long bang in front of his face, and he was really drunk, and he went to light his cigarette, and that hair with that black Clairol dye and Aquanet just went this huge flame, and you could see like his face, like it just took all the hair off.
Oh,
like,
wow.
We hadn't seen his face for years. You know, because he always wore that bang in front, you know, and we were all like hitting his head and trying to put the fire out. It was really ridiculous. But yeah, you got to be careful with your hair. It gets flammable.
Yeah. What an awesome story. Well, Lorraine, thank you so much for coming on. It's going to time out in 7 minutes. But before we go, we've got some fan Q&A questions. I know you put that on your story as well. And I know you've got a lot of fans, but I had to pick out just a few. Didn't want to bombard you with a lot. I know you're busy, very busy as well.
Bring it.
All right. So one of the first question is, if you could headline any festival in the world, where would it be?
Oh, dang. Headline any festival in the world. In the world? Well, I mean, just because of the experience that I have with Wacken Festival, I would say Wacken Festival. But I mean, I don't know. Any festival. I would love to Rocklahoma. I would love to headline Rocklahoma. Any festival where you have over 5,000 to 10,000 people, I'm all in. I'm all in. I love a packed house.
Yeah, so, I'm sure many other artists love a packed house and would love to headline.
If I've got 10 people in the audience, they're still going to get a show like there's 10,000 awesome. There.
Exactly, and that's why I think it's important. No matter how many people there, you got to always put on a show.
Always.
You never know, because that one person could be, you know, a big influencer and you just don't know, and then bring it all in. What's one song that you've written that deserves more love, in your opinion?
Oh, wow. It deserves more love. I would say the song that really deserves more love would be Back in Your Arms Again, off the first record. Close your eyes till I say when, back in your arms again. Like, it's a great hook. It's really great. We were planning for it to be the third or fourth single and we never got there. But that is a great, great song. Yeah, I would have to say Back in Your Arms Again. And I am doing that in Australia,
Great,
by the way.
awesome.
It is one of the songs in the set. That and My Baby's Gun, Rebel, all of those. I've got a couple of surprises. Going to be doing an Aussie song in the set.
Awesome.
And then of course, Living Like There's No Tomorrow, Bad Love, and I think that's our set. No, I don't know. No, I didn't even know how to put a set together. It's been so long since I've done it. So Steve, I told him the songs that I wanted to play. And I said, I don't even know like what should be first or last. I have no idea. So he scribbled all these things and sent it back. I was like, this is your set. I was like, thank God. He's so experienced and he's like a big brother to me. So yeah, he put it all together. It's going to be badass.
Steve's awesome, and I saw that he's producing your album, and he's produced so many like aces. He's a awesome. He's a man of many trades, as we say down here.
He's so great and such a great, fun guy. I really love him so much.
What's one band that you wish that you toured with?
I wish that I would go. I wish I would go out on tour with David Lee Roth, since I was always such a fan. I mean, I would love to do that, or have gone out with Van Halen. I would love to do something with Doro Pesh. I absolutely adore her. That would be a cool girl thing. I'd love to go out with Lita Ford. I would love to go out with Youngblood. I mean, yeah, there's just so many bands that I love so much. I think for me, it's really just about getting on stage with any band. I would tour with any band, but I would say that those are the big ones that I would have loved to, or would love in the future to play with. I mean, me and Doro, I love that woman. She's such a great performer, such a great songwriter, really big heart. So I would love to do something with her.
That's awesome, and I hope you do. And you more than likely will. I mean, you're doing so many things with other artists. Like, who knows, 2027, 2028? You never know.
It's never over.
No, it's not. And finally, what does this Australia run mean to you personally, and what do you want the fans feeling like after the show?
Yeah, I'm over the moon excited to meet with the Australians, to have a maybe throw back a beer with them and a shot of Jack Daniels or something. But,
awesome.
It really is important for me, because I never really, I mean, it's like there's so many people and fans from all over the world, Italy, Sweden, that, message me. But you never really know if you're ever going to make it out there as a band, I mean, even as an individual, it's like, and people say so often, oh, I'm going to go there someday. And like someday never comes, so for me to have this chance to go out and meet the Australian fans and the friends of mine and people that have dug what I do for so long, it really does mean the effing world to me. And I don't take it for granted 1 second. Again, I promise a kick-ass rock and roll show, great outfits, great hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to be horns up all the way, and a really great chance to meet everybody and take selfies with everybody and sign anything that they need signed, whether it be boobs or whatever you need signed. I'm signing it, because that
awesome.
Is all about motherfucking rock and roll.
Hell yeah.
And that is what I am about.
And we are excited, trust me. Well, Lorraine, thank you so much for coming on. It was an absolute honor. We'll have to do it again sometime. I feel like there's so many more stories, but for now, us Aussies, we can't wait to see you in Australia. And I hope everyone enjoyed listening to this. I try not to keep it all just Australia, because some of the Americans want to hear this and they're like, oh, Australia. But thank you so much. Is there anything you want to plug or say before we end it?
I just want to say that you can find me on Instagram, Lorraine Lewis Rock. Send me a message. I am on OnlyFans. And, if that is your cup of tea, come and say hello to me. I always ask people, are you here to talk music, or are you here to talk, sexy? You're never really sure. But I'm an open book with all of that. I'm a single woman living on her own, doing her own thing. I live my life unapologetically. If I can be a messenger to anybody, I want everybody to know that they're free and they should live their life the way that they want to. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, live your life to the max. And it's never over until you want it to be over. I'm not going anywhere. There is so much more to come, so much more music, so much more fun. Find me on iHeartRadio, Dangerously Honest with Lorraine Lewis. and send me a DM. I always message back. So
Beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Lorraine. It was awesome, and I can't wait to meet you down under.
I can't wait to meet you.
Alrighty, have a good one. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Falling.